So hello and welcome, group number 3 for the Halloween spirit reading for this month. Basically what we're going to focus on, group number 3, is what does spirit want you to know for this month about a specific situation that is going on right now, that by the time of Halloween or afterwards, you guys are really going to be in a situation where this is going to become apparent in your life. You're going to have to do something about it, that type of situation. So we're going to definitely look into that today. I have to say, group number 3, this is my sassy group. I feel like if you're choosing this group number 3, you guys are the people who are like, I don't give a hell what anybody thinks about me. I am coming to this being who I am, having full acceptance of who I am. I also feel that you guys are very, very, powerful speakers, that you really, really, truly do speak your mind in a lot of situations, and that you have a lot of positive energy, group number 3. So just don't forget that if you're questioning whether or not you have some positive or negative energy. You have a lot of positive energy. We're going to look at some of the Halloween Oracle. We have some Gothic Tarot, some Haunted House Tarot, some Ghost Tarot. This video, primarily, group number 3, is going to be a lot of Tarot instead of Oracle, okay? Yeah, so we have the spider, we have the community, and the web weaving. Oh, I'll say that 3 times fast. So you guys really are just, I feel like a bunch of strong people. Man, you can try and get stepped on, you can try and get smacked a whole bunch of times, people can try and rip your web down, all kinds of things. You guys are going to bounce back. You guys are literally going to, have that venomous strike in you, that you are willing to fight back for what you really truly want. Now, here's the thing about the speaking, the public speaking thing. If you guys are very involved in the community, you are leaders in a lot of cases in this situation. Spirit is letting you know that the web that you're weaving and what you're doing is creating an end, is creating, from a beginning, there is an end at this point. And I'm also sensing, group number 3, if you guys are close to retirement age, that you have really, really built up a very nice career and a very nice situation for yourself, that you have to exit. At some point, we have to think about the spider. Unfortunately, they have to create the new generation. They have to then die, and basically it's sad because they wrap themselves in what they've created. And that is so powerful, because I feel like with this group, you guys are really, really kind of moving on from life to death, whereas like, with group number 2, it was like they were teetering on, certain situations. But with you, you guys are really in full acceptance of, the metamorphosis stage, of the change, of moving on from something that you really, have done for such a long time, group number 3. You're ready to move on from that, to grow in a lot of different ways. So Spirit's letting you know that. Yes. Absolutely. The 7 of Wands. So we have a lot of just, man, let me just say, like, you guys are all warriors, group number 3. There has been a lot of craziness, a lot of, spiritual energy coming towards you, a lot of creative energy. You guys really have been fighting the fires for such a long time. You guys have really been trying to, be protective of others, in a different way, though, in a more creative way. You have really, really stood out among others. Spirit's kind of letting you know that you are kind of the one. You are the person that is that leader that does and can fight for what you want, but also can move on from, darker situations. You guys have really faced a lot in your lives up until this point, and you are willing to, you know, fight the good fight and continue on, move on. You know, you don't really stay in very, very bad relationships, negative energy. You have the ability to kind of move forward from that, group number 3. So we are seeing that. Yeah, why am I not surprised? So we have the Tower energy here, which is why I said if you guys are looking to move on in some type of way, like I said with the retirement, like I said with that ability, you know, the spirit of death here, we have the Tower coming down. So we have whatever was creating this beginning, this lifetime for you. Spirit is letting you know that that part is breaking down. That part is no longer going to be the same in you, group number 3, and that you are going to, like the spider when its web gets ripped down, you're going to rebuild something better. You're going to move on from something that's been holding you back for such a long time, group number 3. So that's also very important to note, that you could be building up this whole situation and you've been doing it for so long that you need to have the rebirth now. You need to have the breaking down of something in order to have the new, basically. It'll be interesting to see what the circumstances are around that. And I don't know why Spirit keeps telling me retirement so much. I have no idea if you guys are like looking into that or trying to do that. Yeah. So we have, literally, we have the graveyard here with the unnecessary fear. I think a lot of you are fearing the end a lot. I think you're fearing, something that you've built up for so long. You know, I don't know if you guys are going to be empty nesters or if you guys are, I just really feel with this group, it's towards the end of something, towards the end of what, there's a lot of fears about the death and dying process. So I think there's a lot of fears about that, but also a lot of fears about the rebirth. How are you going to walk away from this breakdown of who you've been for so long, group number 3, of the fights that you've had to fight for so long? How are you going to be reborn out of that Tower tragedy, out of that situation? You know, and I think you're having a lot of fears too of the end, of, you know, making your life, group number 3, matter, because you guys care about what is happening in your life, in the life of others, that community situation. You guys really care about leaving a legacy on your life. You feel that that is important. You feel like what people talk about you in life should be the same thing as what they talk about you when you're no longer here and you are passed on to the next world. That is what you truly believe in, group number 3. And you're trying to figure out, okay, if that is the case, then what is the bigger picture here? What am I really trying to give to the community? What are my fears about doing something different, exiting a different place? Now, here's the other thing. If you guys are also moving, Spirit is letting you know, moving from place to place, that is an unnecessary fear, because this is supposed to happen. You are yes. So we have the 6 of Wands. I mean, my good God, like, I feel like you guys also too have had a lot of, what do I say? Trials and tribulations that have come from others, not from Spirit, but have come from others that have tried to trip you up, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, group number 3. I really feel with the 6 of Wands energy, you guys have seen it all, man. I mean, you've seen the whole freaking show. You've seen what's going on in life. You've seen a lot of situations play out for you. You know, people have tried to bring you down so much, but there is just that powerful, just warrior energy. I mean, I think you guys strike fear into people because you really just are so powerful of yourself, group number 3, that you also have fears that this, like aging or moving on is going to make you be less of that person. And that is not true, group number 3. You have a lot to give other people. You have a lot to give the next generation. You have a lot to give to, you know, Maybe if you're also elderly too, you have a lot of wisdom to give other people. You have a lot that you can be giving to others. That type of strength is very, very important, and that the fears that you have really are unnecessary, because just because you're moving on from a point in your life doesn't mean that you yourself, you change, but it doesn't mean that you change for the worst. It doesn't mean that you are completely not who you were when you started this process. You still are, you're just a more stronger and wiser person. Yeah, oh my goodness, yeah. So I think, see, and I was thinking that the Devil card would show up eventually, only because there is a lot of things that you have done, group number 3, that you have freed other people. You have freed yourself. You have freed other people. I mean, let me just say, group number 3, I think you've literally seen the darker side of things. I really believe that. I think that you have seen the darker sides of life. I'm also sensing too, group number 3, if you were people who helped others with addiction, with sexual issues, with pain, with trauma, anything like that, group number 3, you all have really kind of seen that. You've seen the darker sides of life, and the truth is that there is a part of you that understands that fully, understands that you cannot be bound to these type of energies in any type of way, because you are just so above that. You are so you know, just above that fear. You know, and I think a lot of you are still thinking that, you know, you know, I'm the cat with 9 lives here. Like, I've just been through hell and back. And now you're worried about, you know, that taking a hold of you being like, okay, I survived this far. I mean, really, like, how is this going to end? But the thing is that group number 3, you're meant to see these type of things because you're meant to give wisdom to others, but you're also meant to learn that spirit does have your back in a lot of ways, group number 3, that spirit really, really is there, and they're giving you this type of power to overcome so that you can teach others what is important spiritually. Why do you want to overcome so much? You know, I mean, you guys are the people to go to if somebody is trying to overcome addiction, pain, trauma, whatever the situation is, because you guys really have overcome so much. And it's not just about career, relationships, money. It's about a deeper soul situation. There is a lot about you guys that have really come through some very dark times, and you're able to break it down. You're able to move on. You're able to work harder to get past all of that. And Spirit's letting you know that it does see that. Yeah. So, oh my goodness, the Skull of Flowers. So creating through the ashes. I mean, that's self-explanatory, you guys. I feel like you guys just come back from the dead, like, more often than not, okay? Like, you guys are the phoenix that just literally rises, and like, and no matter what happens, I mean, you can be burned, you can be poked, you can be prodded, you know, you could be stretched to your limits, group number 3, but you guys have such a great strength and a courage and an overcoming sense of just coming out of the worst type of situation that someone can come through. You know, the Skull of Flowers, it makes me think of, you know, coming out smelling like a rose. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that saying, but it kind of reminds me of that, because I feel like you guys just go through so much heartache and so much pain, but you're able to come back stronger, and people look towards you to be that leader, because you have so much experience, group number 3, both, even if you're young, watching this reading, you guys have been here many karmic lifetimes before. If you guys are also older, you guys have really seen a lot of time change. You've seen a lot of things. So when everyone else is very chaotic, you are very much the inner calm. Group number 3, the inner calm. Yeah. 5 of Swords. I mean, you guys have had some fights, some trauma, some, you know, gossip about. You guys have really, you know, been through the pain of human nature. And there's been a lot of gossip, a lot of warring, a lot of fighting. I think there's a part of you that is just, you are ready to retire from the war. You are ready to move on from what has been consuming your life for the better part of years. You are ready to move on. You are ready to release yourself. You're ready for a new beginning. I really sense, group number 3, that Spirit is trying to let you know that this is a very, very deep spiritual awakening that is happening within you. This is not by any means a surface situation. This is about you changing your life, group number 3, in some type of way. It's about you overcoming all of the things that people have said about you, all of the things where you have seen the arguments, you have seen the fights, you have seen people, you know, come and go. You've seen people really like deal with a lot of this, and you are willing to kind of move on from this, but really to rise from those ashes also, to rise above the pettiness of the gossip and the slander too. Yeah, the King of Cups, you guys really, really are that emotional beacon for people. You guys really are that emotionally strong person. You deal with a lot of emotions, a lot of pain, a lot of sacrifice. You guys have really, really dealt with a lot of that Cups energy, and have mastered it, which is why I believe that if you are coming to this reading, group number 3, you guys are definitely older souls, or you are older people. You have mastered a lot of what life has to offer, and you are trying to give people a different situation of how to look at this world currently that we live in also. Yeah, so we also have the Queen of Wands energy, which kind of shows me that you guys really are passionate, beautiful people, but at the same time, you guys are strong-ass people. Strong people. You guys, if you had that divine masculine energy, you guys are the strong of that. If you are the divine feminine energy, you are the strongest of the strong. You really, really do kind of shine, you know, that very much that regal sense, which is why I'm thinking that a lot of you guys are leaders in the community. Like, you guys really are just the regalness of life. You guys really just believe in community, believe in duty, believe in going through life, you know, not letting the temptations really get to you all that much. You know, unlike some others, you really, really have that ability to let that darkness go, to let that temptation not flourish within you. Yeah, oh my, yeah, the Eight of Pentacles, you guys have the power of manifesting money, career. You guys have the power to really control the elements. We have water, earth, air, and fire there. You have the ability to really cultivate a lot of great things for other people. And also yourself. I think you guys have had family. I think you guys are really, really, really grateful for things that have occurred to you. It may seem like it's a pain because you're not really getting to that tower moment, but you are grateful for so many gifts that the universe has bestowed upon you because you have that witchcraft. You have witch or wishcraft, whichever one you want to look at it. You have that ability to cultivate that which you desire most. And that's why people look to you, because that's just a gift in and of itself. Group number 3, many people do not have that ability, and people look to you for that. Yeah, we have the 10 of Wands. I mean, really, you guys have carried a lot of the burdens. You guys are really, I mean, the flame situation here is very much apparent. You know, the burning, the cleansing of the soul, the rising from the ashes, you know, as the phoenix. The things that have bound you in the past are no longer going to serve you in the new future for yourself. So it's time to kind of keep those burdens of what you've learned, but let those burdens go and then move on to a different situation. Group number 3 with that 10 of Wands energy, because of the power that you can possess to reinvent yourself, to reimagine yourself, to reimagine your life in a different way. You guys have that power. Other people don't really display that as as much because you have that unnecessary fear of moving on from what you're familiar with. But the truth is, group number 3, you have to move on at some point because you are evolving. The phoenix is growing within you. Like a perfect example is, I don't know if you guys have seen, maybe most of you have, the Harry Potter movie. And there's that phoenix that's just all old and just decrepit and just, very, he's just an old guy, okay? An old guy, an old phoenix. And what is so interesting about that scene in the movie is that the phoenix is just, and it's been battered, it's been through hell and back, it's, been wise and all this, and then all of a sudden it just goes poof, and it becomes ash. And out of the ash, you can see a little baby phoenix that comes out of the ash, which is really kind of saying, group number 3, that you all have that just deeper wisdom. I mean, my goodness, it's just so apparent, spirits, like you are that person who can lead the next. And keep evolving. I feel like group number 3, you guys are constantly evolving. You constantly are getting battered, reworked. You have all this karmic energy in you, and then all of a sudden it goes poof, and there you reinvent yourself into the little baby phoenix that then goes on. Or you also reinvent the next generation of people, of something. Your mind, I feel like group number 3, also, spirit's letting me know, is completely on a different realm than what is happening here. I don't know if many of you are light workers, if you've ever heard of that term, but you guys really are just on a different planet altogether. And you're here for a reason. Yeah, so the 9 of Pentacles, I'm not surprised by this. We have the 8 and the 9 of Pentacles. You guys really, really are that light, that you have everything that you need material wise, and you want to give to others. You want to give that power to others to create for themselves. If you guys are business owners, you've been business owners for a very long time, you have a lot of just great wisdom that you can give to others who are trying to start a business. I feel like this is also the case if you are really into banking, money, whatever the situation is, abundance. You have that kind of key to give to others who want to create that abundance for themselves, both emotionally and physically. Yes, 2 of Cups. I have to also say too, if you guys are looking for a deeper connection, if you are looking for the connection of the physical versus the spirit, you have that ability to connect to a deeper way of thinking, a deeper spiritual level. I feel like most of you guys, after you retire from this life, you're probably going to ascend in some type of way because you're just so close to spirit. I mean, like literally you and spirit are married together. It's crazy. Like that's one way of looking at this. The other way of looking at this is that you have found your true love and are going to go through a marriage, are going to meet this person. You're going to grow with this person. This also is indicative if you are old and you've had a marriage for a very long time. That's also something that's apparent, but this fact that you and spirit have such an attachment, have such an ability with the 2 of Cups is amazing in and of itself. And yes, we of course have the Ace of Cups, which shows of that new emotional beginning. You are able to fill others' cups with this King of Cups energy. Group number 3, you have the ability to fill your own cup, but to fill others as well, because spirit is just giving you that confirmation that you are able to go through things and be more connected with other people, being more connected. You are not surface people in any type of way, group 3. I feel like most of my group 3 readings, this is the case. You guys are not surface people. You have to understand that there is so much in depth to you that you have the ability to give this life, give things to others. The Fool. Oh, you guys have the ability to create new beginnings, the ability to create new, even if you are old. You have the ability to be youthful. You have the ability to start things, create things in the universe. You guys have the ability to move forward. In whatever type of beginning is going to occur for you, you guys have that ability. Just be cognizant that you have to be reborn in a type of way, almost like I told you about the little baby phoenix, that there is going to be things, if you're looking for a different avenue in your life, there are going to be new things to learn. You guys are always learning. You guys are always growing. You have a lot of that wisdom, but that new beginning, that new youthful energy is very important to also have, because you guys have that reincarnation ability so much. Group number 3, I really hope that this reading from Spirit helped you. If you had any questions, or if you were looking to start something new and different in your life, or a new beginning. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. It does help me to figure out how to grow my channel, but also on which pick a card readings I want to do, or things in the future. I am going to be doing other Halloween pick a card readings. I'm also going to try and stick a few 101s in there before Halloween, but I do hope to see you all soon.